In the Cosatu news headlines today, Nehao embarks on a national day of action. The national minimum wage is set at 20 Rand per day for South African workers, and the University of Cape Town wage negotiations deadlocked. Nehao embarks on a national day of action. The National Education, Health and Allied Workers Union has mobilized all its members in the public social development sector to participate in the National Day of Action against the Department of Social Development, taking place today, the 10th of February 2017. This national action comes as a result of collapsed negotiations on matters of mutual interest in the Public Health and Social Development Sectoral Bargaining Council, where the employer failed to table a counter-offer against Nehao's demands since August 2015. The union has organized 5 marches, with the main march in Pretoria, where the memorandum will be handed over to both the Department of Social Development and the Department of Public Service and Administration. Nehao expects members to assemble from 8 a.m. in Marabastad, Pretoria. The march will leave at 10 a.m. to the Department of Social Development. In Eastern Cape, members will assemble at Victoria Grounds in Kings Williamstown at 9 a.m. and depart at 11 a.m. to the Provincial Department of Social Development. In the Northern Cape, members will assemble at Kimo from 9 a.m. and depart at 10 a.m. to the Provincial Office of Social Development. In KwaZulu-Natal, members will assemble at King Dinizulu Park, formerly known as Botha Park, from 9 a.m. and they will depart at 10:30 a.m. to the Durban City Hall. And lastly, in the Western Cape, members will assemble at Keizersgracht Street in Cape Town as from 10 a.m. and depart at 11 a.m. The national minimum wage is set at 20 Rand per day for South African workers. An agreement on the national minimum wage has been struck between parties at the National Economic Development and Labour Council. The parties are said to have agreed on 20 Rand per hour to take effect from May 2018. They also agreed on the establishment of a National Minimum Wage Commission to review the minimum wage every year. The agreement is also accompanied by a code of good practice for collective bargaining, industrial action and picketing, as well as an accord on collective bargaining and industrial action. The agreement also makes provision for companies who can't afford the minimum wage to apply for exemption. The signing ceremony was postponed after Cosatu halted the planned ceremony because it needed to consult its Central Executive Committee. However, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa and other stakeholders have reportedly signed the minimum wage agreement. Trade Union Federation Cosatu has for years been campaigning for the setting of a national minimum wage and sees the outcomes of the National Economic Development and Labour Council negotiations as a step in the right direction. Cosatu spokesperson Sizwe Pamla said that although the wage was not set at their preferred 4,500, they have to present the package to the Central Executive Committee and allow workers to engage on it and give feedback to NEDLEC. University of Cape Town wage negotiations deadlocked. The University of Cape Town's 3 unions are in a deadlock with management after the staff was unilaterally offered a below-inflation increase of 6% for the year 2017. Nehao's Deputy Secretary Xolani Phoswa confirmed on Tuesday morning that negotiations with management had deadlocked. Nehao attempted to negotiate for a higher increase, but the university was not prepared to move on their offer. University of Cape Town Deputy Vice-Chancellor Francis Peterson told a member of the Employees Union executive in an email that the wage increase at 6% is a major stretch for the university in its current financial circumstance. The Employees Union and Academics Union also stated that the university refused to negotiate as per the recognition agreements with each union, and instead provided the unions with a final non-negotiable offer in response to their demands. The State of Nation address took place last night with President Zuma addressing a number of issues. Cosatu had expected the SONA to address the issue of job losses and sugar tax, amongst others. Cosatu has noted the State of Nation address, but said that it is disappointed at government's lack of a clear and concrete program to ensure decent permanent jobs for all South Africans, and that there was no mention of the need for comprehensive social security reform. The Federation says that it is also concerned that government is taking too long to address the issue of free and affordable higher education, and that the banning of labor brokers or any measures to strengthen collective bargaining were not included in the State of Nation address. And that is all the labor news we have for you today. Happy Friday, comrades.